Hello! Today is December 27th, 2022, so there's only a few days left of the year, and I wanted to make a video kind of reflecting on how this past year has been and then also sharing my goals for the upcoming year. I have my notes on my laptop right next to me, so if I'm looking over at that direction, that's why. This year has been very, very, very bad. And it's also been pretty good. The bad parts were mostly while I was in school. So nothing. There's no end to that statement. The bad parts were caused by school. When you're a full-time student and you have to devote all this time to, doing schoolwork and going to school, it really, really takes a lot of time away from all other areas in your life, or at least it does for me. Like, I've had less time for myself, for relaxing, for resting and sleeping, for doing my own hobbies and having my own time. And it also takes time away from spending time with your partner, with your friends and family. And so it really also affects those relationships as well. And so just everything is thrown out of order. The good news, I guess, is that in this upcoming year, in spring of 2023, I'm set to graduate from school, so hopefully that's it for the rest of my life. I hope I never have to go back to school. Not that I hate learning, I just don't like the school environment, and specifically the UC system has just a really fast-paced, high expectation curriculum that is really hard for the students to follow. So yeah, it was pretty bad. But besides the stress of school, it was also pretty good at many times. I feel like this year was the year of learning for me. Like, obviously you learn a lot of stuff every year, but I feel like this year has just been really, really, really packed of either learning new skills, improving on old skills / hobbies. And besides that, I also have just learned a lot about myself in terms of who I am, what I like, what my values are, what my goals are for the future, and what my priorities will be. Yeah, there's just been a lot of learning, and it's been great, especially all the learning with my crafts and skills and hobbies, because I'm someone whose identity is very, very much composed of being this crafty and creative person. Like, I don't know what it is, but that's kind of like what I spend most of my time doing, is doing my hobbies like crocheting or embroidering or whatever other crafts that I like to do that I just can't think of. And so the fact that I've been able to spend a lot of time this past year either improving on my existing hobbies or learning new ones has been really, really exciting and also just fulfilling. And I really hope to continue that as 2022 becomes 2023. So going into my goals for next year, I have my little list. And by the way, these aren't really specific. I am someone who believes in the importance of setting goals, especially setting specific goals so that they're actually achievable and not just this broad dream in the back of your mind. But I'm not going to be sharing specific goals because it doesn't really matter. That's for my personal use anyway. These are just generally speaking. So on my list, I have 1, learn more crafts. Obviously, I want to be able to learn as many crafts as I can throughout my lifetime. I don't really know exactly what crafts I want to learn, but I do know that knitting is one of them. I haven't opened this interchangeable knitting needle set that I got a few days ago. Hopefully I'll do that by the end of the year with the 4 days left that I have. But if not, this is probably the first skill that I'll try to learn in 2023. And besides knitting, I'm not really sure. I want to do more cross stitching because I haven't really done that. I've only started one project that I've been doing for months, maybe half a year at this point, and I'm not even close to finishing. So I have to do more smaller cross stitch projects so that I can actually finish them. Ooh, I also want to make a stuffed animal. It's not going to be a good one, but I want to do that. If you know me, you know how much I love stuffed animals. They're everywhere throughout my room. I got one here, one right there. I think you can see her. It's a bunny. They're definitely not going to look as good as this either. I'm going to probably start with a 2D one, like a little pancake stuffed animal, but yeah, I want to make stuffed animals. I think that would be cute. And then I also want to learn more home improvement / handyman skills. I want to be able to learn stuff like how to install hardware or, put up a shelf or stuff like that. Especially because, considering that these handyman skills are typically skills that are taught to men and passed on from man to man, it's really important to me to feel like I don't have to rely on, a third person or a male in my life to be able to know how to do these things. I want to be able to teach them to myself. And I really love that in this day and age, it's really easy to teach yourself things because we have YouTube and just a lot of these online sources that make it so easy to know exactly what you need for a project and how you should do it. My third goal is I want to use my point and shoot camera more. Reviewing my footage from this past year has been really great, but at the same time, I wish I had more footage to look at because the videos that I took on my point and shoot were more like, oh, this random day in January, this random few days in the summer, and then Christmas, and nothing in between. So I want to be able to have more footage consistently throughout 2023 to look at the end of December. So my goal is to take it out with me more and just shoot more photos and videos on it for memories that I can have as a keepsake. My fourth goal is to read more books. It's not that I don't like reading. I actually do really enjoy reading, but reading is a hobby that takes a lot of time, and so are all my other crafting hobbies. And if I have to pick, obviously I'm going to pick crafts because I love doing things with my hands, I love creating things, and just sitting with a book with nothing to really fidget with, I guess. I'm just not going to pick that, I'm not opposed to audiobooks, I just have the goal of reading actual books, I guess. My fifth goal is to continue my Duolingo streak. I'm currently on 80-something, and so I'm going to hit 100 soon, and that's my goal, to hit 100. My sixth goal is to graduate. I was almost not going to put this on the list just because it feels not really like something that I'm aiming to achieve, but rather just feels like something on my timeline that's going to happen once June hits. But when I think about it, I know that's not true because a lot of things could happen. I could lose motivation and start doing poorly, which I hope that doesn't happen. I could drop out, which again, hope that doesn't happen. So graduating is on the list. It's a goal, and I hope I do it. And then lastly on my list of goals is to continue making videos consistently. This past month of December has been pretty good in terms of video making for me. I've not been in school, I've had a lot of free time, and so I've just had all this time to film videos, to think of ideas for them, and then to edit them. I know it won't be that way exactly when school starts in early January, but I have this good momentum going, and so I want to be able to at least keep it up weekly and not go so long between one video and the next. Because I think last quarter I was doing just one video a month, and then maybe at the end it was 2 videos a month or something. And when school starts in 2023, I want to be able to do at least 3 videos, and at most 4. I'm not going to do a lot, and I'm not going to let myself do a lot because I'm going to be in school and I'm just going to end up regretting everything and being really burnt out and being really sad. So those 7 goals are the ones that I wrote down for my list of goals for 2023. I probably have more goals, I just can't think of them, or they're just small goals that don't really need to be included on this list. And I'm really excited for the new year. I know that some people don't really believe in New Year's resolutions because, you could just make new goals any time of the year and restart your life at any time. And I totally agree with that, but I feel like the new year is still this really big moment of refreshment and revival that a lot of people need to be able to have the motivation to improve themselves or to kick old habits or just change their lives. And so I always get really excited for the New Year's, and I'm excited to hopefully keep all these goals up. Thank you so much for watching this little recap and reflection of 2022, and I will see you in 2023. Bye!